only 2 hours, claiming it was a lawful seizure, but in reality, it was a de facto death sentence. Will, of course, refused to sit idly by. Taking advantage of the guard's distraction, he quickly grabbed the gun and knocked them out, then jumped downstairs, taking Mary as a hostage. He sped off in the car. The captain, belatedly realizing what happened, chased after them in his own car. Fortunately, Will was a skilled driver. He deliberately went the wrong way and used a large truck to force the captain to stop, thus managing to escape. But new troubles quickly followed. Will had only 1 hour left. He urgently turned to Mary for help, but she coldly refused, because she didn't want to give time to a murderer. Seeing this, Will didn't bother explaining, and had no choice but to take her to the slums. As for why Will didn't die along the way, you could tell by Mary's crying face. They thought things would settle down, but just as Will wasn't paying attention, they were ambushed. The two fell into unconsciousness. Then the time bandits arrived at the scene. Seeing that Will only had 30 minutes left to live, the boss thought he was wasting his time. But then he realized that Mary had 10 years left before he could take it. The police sirens suddenly sounded nearby. His men quickly retreated. The boss, though unwilling, had no choice but to let it go. Not long after the bandits left, Mary regained consciousness. She saw she had only 30 minutes left, and her confused mind instantly cleared. While Mary panicked, Will remained remarkably calm, because he had given his friend 10 years of time earlier. Now it came in handy. When he saw the woman's earrings were real diamonds, Will rushed to the pawn shop. The owner took advantage of the situation and offered them only 2 days of time. Reluctantly, Will agreed, but this amount of time was clearly not enough. So Will decided to call the bank president and threaten him to pay the ransom. But when he answered the phone, it was the police captain. In the face of the captain's counter-threat, Will showed no fear. He directly quoted 1,000 years, demanding the ransom be delivered to a designated bank by noon the next day, or he would kill the hostages. For the bank president, this was nothing, but he hesitated, because he knew his daughter's nature very well. He understood that Mary had already sided with Will. Sure enough, he was right. Through their interactions, Mary had already figured out that Will was innocent, and from hearing about her mother's tragic situation, she began to acknowledge the cruelty of the time system. But what truly made her turn against her father was the fact that the next day at noon, not only was there no delivery of time, but the bank also closed early. Mary felt a deep, unspoken sense of disappointment. Will, sensing her sadness, comforted her, saying the police had likely stopped the bank president from delivering the ransom. He then decided to send Mary home amidst the crowd, to prevent her from being targeted by other criminals. Will handed her a gun for protection, but just as Mary was on the phone, accusing her father of being cold-hearted, the captain quietly snuck up behind Will, just as Will was about to get caught. Luckily, Mary turned around in time and shot the captain. Will narrowly escaped. Then the two of them stole a police car and fled the scene. This meant they were now completely entangled in the same fate. Worried that driving a police car would attract too much attention, they decided to hijack a luxury car from the rich district.